2% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in they Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters gon' move. Whatever click you choose, you better
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. You're damn! Now for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994 I got arrested. Now for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994 I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times I accumulated some good stories. I'm gonna drop one on y'all today. In the event you happen to like this video, be sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way anytime I drop a story, you will be notified ASAP, and you can hop on it whenever you're ready. Yeah, that's me right there rapping on the intro. Like I keep telling y'all, the flow is nothing like Curtis Blow. New music coming soon, man. Now let's hop right up into this video. So a couple of dudes asked me some questions, man, about what's considered snitching if a person is a gang member, and also can a gang member snitch on a civilian or a person who's not gang banging, right? And the reason that I was asked this question is because there's a video circulating of the rapper Jim Jones when he got into a fight with two men at an airport. And so immediately once the law enforcement officers see that there's a fight going on and they approach the scene and the situation, Jim Jones starts hollering, they assaulted me, they assaulted me. And I'm gonna play that for you right now. And so you guys clearly heard him saying over and over, they assaulted me, they assaulted me, both of them assaulted me. Damn, Jim Jones, shut the hell up, man, they heard you the first time. Now that's crazy, right? Because I think I seen somewhere where Jim Jones was affiliated with some Bloods up out of New York or whatever. And so I guess the question is, if a person is a gang member and he does this, will he still be considered good in the eyes of other gang members? And absolutely not. You know, first and foremost, regardless of who a gang member has an encounter with, a physical altercation, even an altercation where there's gunplay, the first and biggest enemy overall is the police. Under no circumstances, regardless of the situation, is a gang member supposed to cooperate in any shape, form, or fashion with law enforcement. For example, I'm sure you guys have heard many times when a gang member will get shot by another gang member, and he clearly knows who shot him, but in the event he comes to court, and sometimes he may intentionally come to court to help out the other gang member, even though in some situations the gang member who shot him is an opposing gang member from a rival neighborhood. He'll come to court, he'll testify, and he'll say, no, you know, I'm clearly familiar with that dude, and he's not the one who shot me. I'm 100% sure that that dude is not the one who shot me. Those are the circumstances that a person sets for himself when he agrees and voluntarily becomes a gang member. Sometimes, you have to accept the punches, whether they're good or bad. You have to roll with the punches, right? So a person may ask, okay, well, hey, chill, what was Jim Jones' options in a situation like that? Well, okay, so his options is, first and foremost, right, he can hope and pray that law enforcement saw him being assaulted and jumped on by two people, and they just deal with the situation. His second option may also be just to remain quiet and hope that a spectator or somebody saw that he was being jumped by two people, and they'll come and they'll speak, and he'll be freed that way. The third option, of course, is in the event that they didn't see him getting jumped, or nobody is speaking up, or the police just want to be difficult and take him to jail, possibly because he's a gang member, he's a rapper, he's black, whatever the case may be. His third and worst option is, then you just got to roll with the punches. You just got to be quiet. You got to hire a lawyer and hope that he can obtain the video footage, because we got to keep in mind in this day and age, especially in an airport, there's going to be video footage, right? So he will definitely be able to free himself from that position eventually. Maybe he didn't want to be inconvenienced with taking a trip downtown, maybe waiting 14 hours to get booked in and booked out of the jail in whatever city he was in. I believe maybe in Florida somewhere or something. So he chose to go to holler, I was assaulted, they assaulted me, both of them assaulted me. Like I say, once again, bad move. You box yourself in certain positions in ways that you can and cannot deal with law enforcement when you voluntarily choose to become a gang member. And it's unfortunate, how maybe you may stop gang banging, you may stop moving like that, but you still limited on what is acceptable in saying to the police, right? And what he done was clearly unacceptable for anybody that wanted to be considered an upstanding gang member, right? Once again, let me bounce over to 6ix9ine, right? You have a lot of people, the rapper, who got caught up in the case, and then he started telling. And I've heard a lot of times that people try to use the concept that he wasn't a real gang member, and so it was okay for him to tell. Well, contrary to what people may say or believe, right? Why wasn't he a real gang member? Now, say he had kept his mouth shut, he hadn't have told, he would have went to jail, got a bunch of time, or whatever he was facing, then people would have said, oh yeah, that dude was a real gang member. When a person stands up and stays 10 toes down in the most difficult situation is what determines whether he's a real gang member or not. It's easy, or much easier, to shoot at people, to beat people up, to commit crimes, especially when you may happen to outnumber or outgun the person that you're attacking. But the difficult thing is, the make or break factor is when you get arrested, when you get handcuffed, when you sit in that cell and they telling you that you're looking at the next 10 to 15 years or possibly a life sentence. Those are the things that make a real gang member. So for anyone to use the excuse that, oh man, this dude wasn't a gang member, they plucked him from wherever he came from, they knew better to affiliate themselves with this dude, that's bogus, right? Because no one comes out the womb a gang member. We all have to start from somewhere. And it's not until we get caught up in the most difficult situations, and the way we deal with those situations is what truly validates us as real gang members or not. You can't use the excuse that, oh, this dude came from wherever he came from, and so he wasn't a real gang member, because you have many gang members who come from the so-called trenches, so-called projects, so-called rough streets, ghettos, whatever, right? And they go to court and they tell as well. So are you going to try to say that they wasn't real gang members just because they came from places that may have been low income or considered places that produce gang members? So of course, once again, the argument that I'm making is the only thing that truly determines whether a person is a real gang member or not is how he deals with adversity. If he stays down, if he stays to the codes and the ethics that he chose for himself. Once again, like I said with 6ix9ine, 6ix9ine's reasoning was, the reason why he told is because you had members of his gang wanted to kidnap him, members of his gang trying to have sex with his baby's mother or whatever, and doing all these things that he considered unloyal. If those things had never happened, he would have found another reason to tell. You know why he really told? Because he had 100 million reasons to tell, and those 100 million reasons were his bank account or whatever he had in his bank account. See, when you accept the rules of the street, it's not contingent upon what somebody else done. You're not gonna say, okay, well, I won't tell as long as Chill, Johnny, Mikey, and David don't tell. Whenever you join the gang, you join by yourself. It's not a package deal, right? When a person chooses to live his life and abide by certain values that gang members hold in high regard, you are making that choice for yourself. Do you think that when I got locked up, my former or my so-called homeboys didn't slide past my girlfriend's house and try to do things that was inappropriate, or things that I felt was disloyal, or things that I felt that a homie shouldn't do? Yeah, of course. You think the homie slid past my mom's house and offered to cut the grass, or sent me money as often as I would like to send money, or made themselves available for my phone calls and things of that nature? No, you know what I'm saying? And so those are the things that we unfortunately sign up for when we hop into the gang, right? So if every gang member could make an excuse, well, the only reason I'm telling is because my homies disappointed me in some way or another, we'd all be telling, right? And once again, it just goes to show that everybody who claims they're a gang member is not going to stick to the values of a gang member when they get caught up in a situation where law enforcement can potentially take them to jail, right? So yeah, man, I just thought I'd share that information with y'all. Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy 16 to Life. Resume normal program.